All right. Week 11. Damn, it's really been like almost 3 solid months of recording. 3 consistent months? No. 3 solid, yes. Thanks for tuning in again. It's really methodical week for me. I don't know if that's a word. A really deep thinking week for me. I've just been thinking a lot, and being alone a lot, fighting with the demons. I said I wouldn't do this right when I started, but yeah, like when I come back on here to like update you with my life, there isn't much that goes on. So I can tell you, well, I mean, I guess there is, but a lot of it's super detailed and personal. But to be more general, I'm trying to be more punctual and more well-spoken. That's a positive, right? I want to be helpful for people, but learning that people don't want advice randomly, always, because I always have advice to give. I'm trying to be the funny guy too, because people have been telling me that I stutter a lot and that I mumble, and that's not new news. I think a lot faster than I talk and then I write, and that sucks, but I can't control that. You know, I'm working on it. I'm for sure working on it, and I want this is kind of separate, but the selfish part of me wants everyone to like me. So working on that makes it better for me, I guess. Next time we're doing the podcast facing that way, that view is a lot prettier. I mean, I guess the bridge is kind of cool. Yeah. I like influencing people. I like it when people like me, or at least assume that they like me. And keep listening to me. I'm gonna flip my monitor over, but I'm pretty selfish in that way. I can't flip my monitor. Never mind. I'm pretty selfish. I want everyone to think that I'm a great person and that I'm their go-to person. That's such a pretty view, dude. I wish I really had my camera right now when I'm recording with it. Yeah, I want people to think that I'm the great person that I see myself as. Anyways, enough about me. I wrote down some questions. I had some people ask me some questions. I think about stuff throughout the week, and I wanted to write this down and keep myself on my toes. And I've actually been trying to record this episode like 4 or 5 separate times, and stuff comes up. And I'm trying to be less selfish, so I've been attaining to those people, or sorry, yeah, I guess attaining to those people. And now I'm here. This is me time. I thought about filming one here and then running over and filming a second one before the rain comes, but we're just gonna chill with this one today. First question is, what hard things are you facing with in your life, and how are you facing them? Sounds cringe, but my mental health. I've been dealing with a lot of insecurity issues, which I've kind of brought up in the last one, and I'm still kind of dealing with those issues. Well, obviously, it's a long road, but right now, like standing in the middle of this field is literally the most scary thing to me. I guess maybe last week I was more scared of stuff like this. There's only like 1, 2 cars in the parking lot right now. The train's there, so no one can even just run in. And God forbid a crowd of teens drove in here, I'd be so nervous. But I'm changing. I realize that I'm 24. There's shit that actually matters. And Why? Even if a group of teens came up here and called me a bunch of slurs, like, why does that matter to me? So that's my biggest life issue. There's specific issues. There's like mental health issues, or like, I feel like everyone hates me and I can't talk, or I don't want to ask for something too much. That's a huge one. I met someone else with the same issue, and they had said, I don't want people to be mad at me, and I assume that they're always mad at me because of a slight wrong reaction or no conversation, or they're quiet for too long. That's what I meant by no conversation. And I'm like, dude, I feel that. I thought I was the only person that felt that. But then I watched this person interact with people, and it's like the opposite of that, and it's like more of defensive reactions. And then, I mean, they probably know who they are listening to this now, but it's not personal towards them, but I look at this person and I think of younger me, and I think, oh my God, I used to do that exact thing, and I used to act that exact way. And the only thing that changed is it happened for so long, and I realized I was losing people, and I realized that people didn't like me, and now I realize that people are not going to like me regardless. So why am I overreacting, being defensive over these people that don't care about me? For you audio listeners, it's really bright right now. The sun is coming back out, and then it's starting to rain. So I might have to put my jacket over my camera, but I'm not stopping this shit. I'm still going to talk. All right. My friend Josh asked me this last night. If you had the opportunity to 3x your income, but someone is always trying to steal your kidneys or something like that, yes, I would, because I'm already on my toes all the time. I'm going to cover my camera because it's raining pretty freaking hard. Oh, yeah, baby. I do not like that. Yeah, we're still recording. We're good. So, visual listeners, if you're listening in Braille, if it's wet, I'm sorry. What is that dude doing? Oh, it's campus safety. That makes me nervous. I won't lie, that makes me nervous. I don't want them to come over and talk to me. Low-key, I do, because I want people to be like, what the fuck are you doing? And I want to have that life-changing moment. What? Oh my God, there's only one exit, and this campus security is taking them to the end of the train so they can go past. That's crazy. Anyways, what are you currently healing from that others don't see? Shit, I don't know if I want to answer that. I want to answer that. Okay, I told myself this is my safe space. I love my parents. I love my family. I had a really mixed bag growing up. Our house was a little bit interesting when we grew up. It didn't go the way that I would have liked, and there was a lot of conflict. But at the same time, I was raised with really good manners, so I'm always trying to consider other people before myself, which doesn't make any sense because of how horribly my life was taught when I was growing up. But I can't spend a long time around my parents or most of my family after that. You know what? It's not even my family. I'm not going to put it on my family because I believe that's where it started, but I love being around people and people that I love, but I have this huge attachment issue. And I feel like I'm on edge waiting for that conflict about to happen. And I do this when I'm with my close friends too. We're like having a good time and I'm like waiting. I'm like, when is the breakout going to happen? When is one of us going to get upset? And don't come after my family for that. I love my family so much. I just like my personal space a little bit more. I really love my personal space. I've learned that a lot recently. Sorry I'm antsy. It's not even because of this. What piece of advice has helped your mental health the most? I don't know why this one sticks out to me so much. Sounds like that train's about to move again. But my dad, loved that man to death. He's like my best friend. He's a very straight to the point, harsh love kind of guy. And that's what I've turned into, and I would not change it for the world. But he told me all the time, I'd always get mad at people. Just like I said earlier, I would always get mad at people. I'd be reactive, and I'd be pouty, and I'd crash out, if you want to call it that, on people and be like, why are you treating me like this? Why won't you hang out with me? Why won't you? It was very general, but he always told me, if you don't like yourself, no one will have that in common with you. And I brushed it off when I was 16, but it's been 8 years now. And it makes so much sense. Like, that dude's a little passive aggressive, my dad. But it makes so much sense because yeah. And that's what I've been working on the last couple of years, especially living with people that I love now and that I'm very close to. Peter is such a great guy. I find myself being mad and upset at random things in my head and being thrown these curveballs all the time, like no conversation when they're busy going through school and their heads are on school. And I'm like, dude, I have all these days off. Why aren't these people doing the same as me? And I've realized loving myself is the first step. And oh God, it's hard to say it without sounding cringe because oh my God, there's a rainbow. I gotta take a picture of that. I'll put it up here. But it's such a crazy path to learn to love yourself because I deal with so many friends that are always like, I hate this, I hate these people, or why are these people treating me this way? Even if they don't hate, they're like, I want people to love me, I want people to care, I want people to hit me up, I want people to, why, me. And it's because you don't care about yourself, you don't want to be alone, and even if you tell people you do, you don't. Because you can find peace in sitting with yourself in your room, driving out here, I'm not even trying to curse, doing a podcast. You know how selfish that is to do a podcast? What's so special about me? I'm just a guy. I'm literally just a guy from Oregon. Like, what's so special about that? And that's why I always tell myself, this is for me. And I hope my dad watches this. I hope my mom watches this. I love them both to pieces. But having that outlet where I feel like I don't have to have an attachment, I don't have to have that issue, I don't have to attain to anyone, and I can just keep being me, is so great. And not that any of these people make me feel some type of way like that. Sorry if it's raining super hard. But I feel like this makes me more of a happy person. And I feel like I'm releasing, because I feel like something else I want to talk about today anyways. There's a ball of energy, and if you remember Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, where I don't remember where it was, but the meatball was like pulsing when Flynn Lockwood got in there. And if that tension is always there, and you're always adding on these moments in your life and these events, and like people, oh, you just moved to a new town, oh, you just crash out on someone, oh, you just had the best day of your life, oh, you just got a promotion, oh, now you're making 10x your money. All this, if you sit there and you hold it in, it's gonna explode. You're gonna lash out. Only bad is gonna happen. And wow, I think this is my favorite podcast yet. I really hope this audio is recording, because I did this once and there was no audio. But fuck, this is hard to talk about. I just there's just so much. You just have to get it out somewhere. Sorry, I'm getting distracted on my phone. I'm just gonna move on. There's this dude that makes a podcast called like the Zersky podcast or something. It starts with the Z, and all of his just kind of stand out to me. I don't like to watch it because his voice is a little bit weird, and I feel it's kind of selfish to say, but he's always pointing out a very good point. I hear the train moving. He says, just ask them. Whatever that question is, ask. Whatever that thing is, do it. Whatever that issue that you have, don't sit there and wait for the person to be like, here's my answer. Or you're like, I'm gonna wait for the right moment. Just ask, dude. Like, life is so short, and you can reiterate this all you want because you hear it all the time. In 20 years, you'll regret if you didn't do what you did now. You'll never look forward, or no, you'll never look backward and be like, I'm glad I never did that. Because I'm glad I'm doing this. Even if no one ever sees this, and I go back and I watch this, and I listen to my own advice, that's a win for me. That is a win for me. And if you have that girl you want to ask out, ask her out. If you have that guy, you're like, I want to like hang out with them to see if I actually even like them as friends, do it. If you have a group of like 2 or 3 coworkers that you want to hang out with, and you've always pushed it off, now's the time. Like, I mean, gonna make this really, really sad, but your coworker could literally die in an accident the day before they go back to work. Your friend that you just met a week ago could get hit by a bus. That wasn't funny. I don't know why I smiled. But they could get hit by a bus. And you were about to plan something with them. You just wanted to wait for the right time. You could get that job that you wanted to get, even if you're not qualified, if you just ask. And the thing is, yes, over half the time you'll be rejected. At least for like a job or maybe a person that you think you're, but even the rejection is a good thing. And you can consistently ask a couple times, and that's when you get your real answer. And as long as you have true intentions, really good intentions, there's no issue. Like, you just have to act. And acting is a very, very strong characteristic. Now, there's some people I would love to just sit here and like shake and talk to about their issues and be like, I want to help you right now. But these people are not asking me for advice, and they don't not want me to talk to them. So if you have an issue and you want me to talk about it, or you want me to say something that you just want to hear me talk from my opinion, I'm so down. Just gotta let me know. And that was the next one, relationships and showing true intentions. Showing your true intention cannot be, I'm gonna sit down, it's a little wet. Showing your true intention really does a lot. It saves a lot of time. It creates this wonderful outlet for you to where if you're just wasting your time, even if it's just a friendship, there's nothing romantic involved, even if it's just friend to friend, you're not doing any benefit by sitting there and waiting. True intention matters. And this is also along the same lines. It's like, if someone's getting mad at you for something, they're like, I don't like how you said that, and you said it, or you come to them in a true tone and be like, hey, I'm not having a good day, I don't want to hang out today. And they go, I don't like that, I'm mad, I think you're mad at me. The way you said that made it sound like you're mad. You know your true intentions. Apologize. Sorry, that made you hurt. I'm just not having a good day. You know your true intentions. Stick to your guns. Now, that can be said with anything. You know, it's not just friendships. Especially like, I don't know, maybe if work is being weird, and you're trying to follow a safety rule, and one of your coworkers is not. I say this because this happens quite often at my job. Sometimes there's someone that wants to skip over something, or they're being a little lazy, and you're like, I'm sorry, man, I want to make sure that we don't do that. Just to kind of save our asses, and it'll take a little extra time. Let's just slow it down. It's just a hypothetical. This isn't a real situation. And that really does, that person might be like, what are you doing? Why? Come on, man, let's just do it. And your intention isn't to piss them off. And they think you're just trying to piss them off because you guys already have a little bit of tension. You know your true intention. You know your intention is to be safe and make sure that they're safe. And coming at them like that might be like, oh, I don't know. You hate me, what are you doing? Or like if someone comes up to you like, yeah, I'm seeing this person again. And you're like, why? Why? I don't like that you're seeing them. I told you not to. You know they're not good for you and they cheated on you or whatever the situation is. Also, not a real situation, hypothetical. And they get mad at you. Like, why would you say that? I'm finally happy again. And why would you? You know your true intention. Your intention was to care for them and to look out for them because you know they're going to be hurt in the future. And I don't want to talk about that too much because it gets a little too personal, but I wrote down Goon Squad giving away a twin turbo Lambo. I think it's so funny, the car giveaways, that there's some cars where they're like, it's like a JDM car, it's like a sedan, like a Subaru, or like even a brand new BMW, where if they give the extra cash, the person can afford it. But a twin turbo Lambo, a Lambo that is already expensive, like $300K, then they add on a turbo kit, which is like $100K, and then you're putting it into this car that already makes a lot of horsepower, and that's like 1,000 horsepower. It's like, how does a normal person that doesn't make, like, someone that doesn't make more than $100K afford that? Like, even if you give them cash on top, that car blows up, they're screwed. Anyways, I only got a couple more topics on here. I love yapping. Oh, dude, okay, Daniel and I talk about this all the time. I'm gonna name drop Daniel again. I guess this kind of coincides with the last topic, that time passes anyways. Nonetheless, time will pass. I've kind of wanted that tattooed because it applies to like everything. And if you don't want to do something, but you know it's right, like I want to be bigger and I want to eat healthier, I just don't know how to start. Do it. Time passes anyways. Do it. Oh, it's going to take too long. I don't want to be an apprentice, electrician's apprentice, because it's going to take too long. Newsflash, time is gonna pass anyways. So, why wouldn't you? If it's something you want to do, why wouldn't you? You're not sure what you want to do with your life, but there's something that you want to try. Why wouldn't you? I love using the podcast as a good example because it doesn't work out for everyone. I've thought about just not doing it so many times. Time's gonna pass anyways. I can figure out if I like it after 50 episodes or 2 episodes, 1,000 episodes, 1 episode. Recently had a friend start her own. Congrats, Lily. She might hate it. I might hate those birds because they're flying in my shot. Yeah, just time will pass. Nonetheless, time will pass. I just want to keep talking. I really do want to keep talking. I'm trying to figure out something else to talk about. My song of the week. Shout out to Ethan. This is Ethan's fault. Dancing in the Flames by The Weeknd. Great kid. He's my age, but great kid. I've been a little bit better at pool recently. It's super fun. If I could be rich, I would have a pool table. It just signifies a level of wealth that I can't fathom. Not because they're expensive. It's just one of those items and one of those pieces that just feels right to be rich and to have. I was thinking a lot today about some of my general goals, and it always comes down to materialistic things. And you can probably relate to something else, but for me, it's cars. Well, actually, no, it's not just cars. Like I said, pool table. I would like to have all this camera gear. I'd like to travel and take photos and I have all this stuff. But the more BMWs I see, the more I want. I want a 135. I want a 1M. I want an X3. I want an X3M. I want my car, which is a 340. I don't want to sell it. I want a newer one. I want an M4. I want just list goes on. And my stubborn ass thinks it's possible. No, I know it's possible. Because I'm going to make it happen, whether it hurts me or not. Probably going to hurt me, but I'm going to make it happen. Now, would I ever move out of this state? This mental state? No. I'm really kind of testing out the length on this mic. So Caden said he'd like to move to Cali eventually, and I think if this ever picked up, I would move his ass out there as soon as he wanted to. But it has to be a pretty big point in my life and the podcast to make that happen. It's just a matter of time and money. Like, this is like my dream job, is to have something like this simple that I just record, talk, and it makes me money. Cool. If I can add on other passions, whether it's videos or whatever, cool. If not, cool. That's really all I wrote down this week. I just, yeah. What is my Taco Bell order? I think Jacob asked me that. Teeny. $7 Lux box. Like, my default is the $7 Lux box. Make this hard taco, soft taco. Baja Blast, obviously. I haven't strayed away from that, sadly. I try not to go there. That's unhealthy for you, and I would not encourage that. But, I remember when I was a kid, my dad and I used to go to Taco Bell all the time. That was like a bonding moment, that and Dairy Queen. And he got, okay, when we got there, I thought this was just for us. I thought he was there with me and my sister just for us. He was ordering for everyone. No, he was just ordering for himself. 12 tacos. That man is built of stone. Like, his body may not look like it, but it's built of stone. He is kind of an athletic feature, because that man, he's biking 150 miles, or sorry, like 100 miles. He went over Mount Rainier, and no issues. Like 6 hours with the group of like hundreds of other bikes. What am I doing wrong? He also encouraged me to run when he used to run. He used to run all the time. He's getting a little older now, but I'm trying to get back into it. One of my coworkers started running and threw me off because he doesn't seem like a runner. Yeah, I'm texting back my friend Ethan. If you're watching this, I'm filming this right now. Yeah, okay. I was supposed to have a guest on this week, but I'm just gonna try to throw some guests in. Just some of my close friends, just to have something to talk about. I don't like the idea of guests, I'll be so real. For the fact that I want to have preparation for the whole podcast. I don't want to just spit off rip with improv like I do with myself, because I feel like I can talk forever like this. But if someone else is sitting there and not responding, I'm going to be like, I don't like this. So Let me plan first, and then I'll throw someone on. I guess a good example is the Daniel one. I love that kid to death, but I had nothing planned, and it kind of was a dumpster fire. He was good at talking towards the end, but the eating idea was such a bad idea. The idea was a good idea with the Costco hot dogs. It's kind of funny, but then watching myself eat was not a good idea. I'm honestly thinking about deleting that one. I've also thought about deleting every podcast before, like the 8th, the 7th, just because I'm insecure. Not even because of Caden. I love Caden. I'm just very, very insecure. Yeah, I got a new lens. I got an 85. Not that it matters to half of you. I actually wanted to film this one on the 85. Actually, that would have been funny. I should have tried that. So it's very compressed, and it's going to make it look very professional. I'll try that on the next episode. Comment down below if you want me to do that on the next episode. That'll look really professional. I want to do more. I want to be great, and I want to be the greatest, and I want to help people. So if I'm quiet, if I don't talk that much, it's not because I hate you. It's because I like my alone time, and then I'm probably anxious. If I'm quiet, it's because I'm probably anxious. I say that because I've been to quite a few events. Oh, dude, I hosted a car meet. Okay, I hosted a car meet at this burger place. Shout out to 5 Star Family Burger. Great burgers. It was raining, so I expected it to be like 20, 30 cars. It was more like 40, 50. They've definitely had more than like 200 or 300 cars there for a meet. It's not, that road is not designed for that at all. And while I was there, I'm sitting in this parking lot taking photos of other cars, cool cars that I love. I'm like, another BMW, a bagged car, Audi, whatever. And my best friend points over at me. He's next to a guy, and he points at me and tells me to come over across this busy street. I'm like, oh my God, I think I know what's happening. I know what's happening. And I walk over, and this dude goes, whatever his name was, chief of police, and I was like, oh God. This is my fear. This is my fear. And he goes, he's very like fast-spoken, fast and well-spoken like this. He's like, I just want to let you know that we need permits, and this is not something we can actually have going on. If you want to have people disperse, I really don't want to ticket anyone. You can take your time to do so. People that are eating, that's fine. And he was very nice about it. I will say that. He was very nice about it. All I have to do is get permits. And that's just so he can plan that officers are nearby in case anyone does something stupid and they floor it or they hit a person or whatever it may be, just to mitigate dangerousness in the area. And I'm fully for that. Don't get me wrong. Literally, as we were talking, some BMW just ripped it past. He's like, stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, I know, I understand. Yeah, so we moved it over to another parking lot like 20 minutes away, and it was like, it quartered in size. And everyone that came to that, thank you so much. Dude, it makes, like, meets are not a huge thing for me. It's not like my passion or anything. I just love people and bringing them together more than I do like talking to them. So if I can stand there and watch all these people come together and someone just shows up to support me, that means the world. Oh my God. I had one of my friends do that last year when I hosted one, and she was the last she was the last person I ever expected to show up, and she showed up. I almost cried. This train has not moved at all, and I have to leave. Yeah, but I plan to do more stuff like that. I don't see the money-making opportunity in meets other than creating like merch or something like that, and I think that's a little bit awkward because I don't ever want to put like a meet name on it. I think my photographer alter ego, if you want to call it that, Ransom, is a very cool word, and I would consider putting that somewhere on like a t-shirt like this, like a blank shirt, like right here, here, whatever. Sleeve. I like the fit today. It's all black. But I don't want to, you can do paid entry for meets like that, but then you become a car show, and the car show always consists of the same 20 cars you see at the free meets. And even if it's not free, you've seen it before, or there's only a slight change. And then you put it in these venues, and these venues you can only host if you buy out the venue for 6 hours or 12 hours, and your car has to be parked there all day or overnight. Like someone asked me to put mine in a car show, and my car's low, has wheels, that's it. But I would never do that, because I do not want my car to be in there for that. Actually, that's not true. I might do that. But, you know, I will say, it's a beautiful, beautiful day. Every day is the best day ever in my head. Because every day that I'm here, I'm thankful for this. How can you be unthankful for this? And this is a little bit targeted, mostly at myself. Life isn't that bad. Stand back for a second, realize the situation that you're in, even if it's horrible, even if your life for the last 6 months have been declining, life sucks, people treat you like shit, your intentions are good, and no one likes you. There's always good in the bad. It could always be worse. And you can always find bad things in the good. It's your choice if you act on the good or the bad. This is good. The sun came out of the rain. If there's no rain, there's no flowers. If there's no sun, there's no flowers. You have to have both. And Daniel, you'll recognize this one. It's all about balance. Without the bad days, you will not appreciate the good ones. So, taking the bad days, internalize it, take moments to sit down with someone and express how you feel. For me, it's this. And treat others well, because this stuff is a gift. Every day is a gift. Oh my God, I'm so fucking white right now. I'm so fucking white. Thanks for watching. Peace.